Okay, welcome to HeadHunters Northwest podcast, where we're talking with the premium brands and the movers and shakers in our shooting sports industry. And today I'm so excited. My friend Gary Ramey is here, and he is the CEO of Liberty Ammunition. Welcome, Gary.
Hello, Shaylene. Thanks for having me. I haven't been called a mover and shaker forever.
But
Thank
you
you.
are.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
So tell me a little bit about how you even got into the shooting sports industry. I mean, I have a little insight, but you not only have been in our industry some time, but you didn't start in this industry.
No, I didn't. And, for those of you watching that want to get into the industry, you never know. Some strange thing in your past might come back to help you on it. I was a competitor in college and high school and did pretty well. And several of the folks that I shot with and competed with went on to the Olympic team. But I put my guns away after my sophomore year. I got tired of shooting, frankly. I'd been doing it for about 5 years straight every other day. And so I hung up my guns, transferred to another school, met my wife who, we got married and just pursued a regular career and in apparel and food. I was in intimate apparel, bakery products, sweatshirts and things like that with Hanes brands. And
big brand.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I will say this, Shaylene, product development meetings were a little more fun in intimate apparel than they are on guns or ammo. just a little bit more fun.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. But, afterwards I joined Tasco and I was at a shooting event at SHOT Show. And it was, I think, with Smith & Wesson, Marlin, and Tasco. And I shot in it like everybody else, but I ended up winning, but I couldn't win because we were one of the sponsors. Oh. And the Olympic team was there and they had competed.
Wow.
So it's the usual industry event. Afterwards, we're all sitting there having a beer. And I giggled and I said, you guys aren't very good. And they said, what? I said, you guys aren't very good with a rifle. And they said, that's because they sent the shotgun team. We don't know how to shoot a rifle. And it just, of course, popped my bubble. But we got along great. And, next thing I knew, the USA shooting team hired me to do marketing. And so I commuted to Colorado Springs, just loved it. And anybody that knows me will tell you that of all the things I've been involved with, that was probably my favorite.
Yeah.
But that's a charitable organization and we all need to support it.
Yeah.
People there don't make much money. The shooters have to fund a lot of it themselves. And my wife reminded me we had 3 kids and a mortgage. So I ended up going back to work and found myself in some outdoor industry companies. Mm-hmm. And then one day, someone from the recruiting field like yourself called and there was an opportunity for Beretta. And I jumped at it and worked for Beretta for just about 4 years. And then I kept thinking there's a better way to make a firearm. And I started working on a business plan, started my own firearm company.
Very successful firearms company.
Yeah, we did okay. But, we had a good team of people, great engineers, nice folks to work with. And, I think there's 596 semi-automatic pistol companies in America. So we were number 597.
Wow.
And we rose to number 23 in our first year.
Wow, that is really amazing. I didn't know that. That's new information for me. That's cool.
Yeah, so we had a lot of people that became interested in us, and we were very forward in our design. But, we got it done. But if you had told me 10 years earlier or 15 years earlier when I was in a underwear or sock or sweatshirt or panty or bra development meeting that I'd be running a gun company that I founded, I would have thought you were crazy. So, it turned out well. And as you know, a lot of people want to break into our industry and it's not always easy.
No.
And because there's not that many companies and outside of the big ones, for the most part, it's some entrepreneurial or family efforts.
Yeah.
Or machine shops that during the downtime say, well, let's make a gun because we've got the equipment. So I do have some advice for folks because we get calls a lot.
Good.
Particularly for young folks. When you interview or if you send your resume in, don't hesitate to keep calling and make sure you stay on the radar of the company. Connect with people on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Anyone who's watching, feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn. Just please reference that you saw Shaylene's video.
That's great.
But make a connection, and don't make the mistake of calling them once you connect with them and saying, "Oh my God, I love guns. I've been around guns all my life. I have hundreds of them."
Yeah.
That's a little bit of a red flag. We're
Yeah.
looking for people that are smart, passionate about it, but not over the top. Um, and can fit in. Good team players. Not many people realize that you cannot work in this industry if you've been indicted for a felony punishable by over a year.
I suppose that's true. It hadn't occurred to me that people might not know that. I guess we're so accustomed to it, we forget to even mention it, but you're right.
It's the industry filled with the biggest vanilla folks you'll ever meet.
Yeah.
And most of us would just as soon go out golfing as we would go to the range because we're around the products all day.
Yep.
So, I'm up for a good golf game. I'd
Yeah.
rather do that than go to the range because I handle firearms and ammo
All day long.
all
Yep.
day.
That's
So,
right.
there are opportunities out there, and nssfjobs.org
That's a good one.
/jobs has got a great website. And getting to know people like you is the best way for middle management and up above, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, there are lots of options. It's good you mentioned the nssf.org because that is a very good way to find the firearms jobs, and they do have a wide variety.
Yeah. One thing worth mentioning about our industry, too, that I've always found fascinating and kind of funny, people from outside the industry will come in and they'll say, well, gosh, this is an archaic industry and I'm going to change it. No, I'd suggest fitting in because, frankly, there's a lot of millionaires and more from this industry that are extremely good at what they do. I personally think it's the ultimate consumer packaged goods business.
Why is that?
Well, a lot of our products are on the shelf, just like Clorox or Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
And it's all encompassing. You have to not only understand your consumer, you have to understand the dealer, you have to understand the distributor, which affects your pricing, your product, your brand position, and everything else.
Yeah.
And, if you're the guy at Coca-Cola or the gal at Coca-Cola was in the marketing department and your job was to make sure the angle of the font was correct, you're probably not going to do well here. You have to be very well balanced and have a lot of bandwidth.
A lot of duties well. Because there's a lot of them are small companies. Even our largest companies are small companies. You have to wear a lot of hats.
Absolutely. And one thing of particular importance in our industry is that relationships matter.
Yes.
This is not I'll send an email and I'm good to go.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
You make a call first to the people you developed a relationship with, and then you send the email to confirm everything and firm it up. It's, and that's not to make it exclusive, but it's to say that there's a handful of distributors that make a difference. You need to know them inside and out. And you need to know what works with a dealer. I actually, it was funny. I went to Appalachian Gun and Pawn in Jasper, Georgia. Fabulous store. For those of you in Georgia, go there.
Uh-oh, we lost you, Gary. There you are. Oh, you're on mute. You got to unmute yourself. You got to unmute. Oh, let's see if we can unmute. There you go.
There we go. Sorry about that.
No, that's good.
Where did?
Okay, wait. I left off on the Appalachia gun store.
Yeah, Appalachian Gun and Pawn in Jasper, Georgia. Now, most people would think, okay, some little gun store in nowhere, Georgia. Not only is it a huge shop, they carry all the major brands like Benelli and others. And I was talking with customers, and quite frankly, the owner of the store came over and schooled me on how to talk about our ammunition.
Really?
Yeah, we think, we always think we know our product better than others.
Mm-hmm.
Not true. This gentleman came over and educated me on some things that I didn't even know.
That's really neat.
It was great. And you know what? They're one of our top customers. He knows it inside out, and he carries it and shoots it all the time. So
that's really neat. Tell us about Liberty Ammunition a little bit. So tell us a little bit about the company and what you guys are working on, and some, any announcements you want to make.
yeah, you bet. We've been around since 2005. Primarily, we started off focused in on the military business, and the founder of our company has long since moved on, but he developed a bullet that really flies in the face of contemporary, I shouldn't say contemporary, I should say ancient logic and
Okay.
urban myth. Everybody thinks that for self-defense, I need to get a heavier bullet.
Right.
Because they watch these shows on TV where somebody gets shot and they fall backwards. Well, that's not reality. And when you look at the definition of kinetic energy, velocity squared, it's half the weight in the equation and then velocity squared. So the faster the bullet, the more effective it's going to be. And our bullets are designed where they're not really hollow points; they're open cavity.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
And so it's there really are three categories now. There's ball ammo, which goes right through you. That's range, inexpensive. And then there's hollow point, which opens up a little bit when it enters soft tissue. And then there's ours, which is a very thin walled cone for strength. So when it hits something, it will penetrate. But when the soft tissue goes inside, it ruptures from the bottom.
Okay. Very effective.
So it's very, very effective. It's very fast. And most importantly, it's very light to carry.
That is very important.
If you're the kind of person that carries 2 magazines, we're almost 1/3 of a pound lighter.
Wow.
Compared to 2 full magazines with the other guys.
Yeah.
So I won't mention them.
That makes a big difference.
I'm not giving Jason Hornady any love here, am I? But yeah, we're a lot lighter than the other guys. We're every bit as accurate, if not more so. We're faster, we're lighter, and we're much, much more effective. We dump more energy, and because of the rupture, all the energy stays in the thread. So,
wow.
Yeah, we've actually got a lot of law enforcement departments looking at us, and a very high-level special forces group is testing us right now as well.
That is really exciting. That's really great. Tell us about your team. Do you guys have some plans in 2023 to grow and maybe some potential hiring?
Yeah, we do. We've got a very good team. We are going to need help in sales and marketing.
Good.
I am sure, because we're, for everybody that's watching the show, before the show started, I was telling Shaylene we've launched a new product and we're getting some very large orders. So when this is airing, you'll probably be hearing about it. So we're going to need sales and marketing help on that, because we're just getting too busy for me to carry some of that load. So we're looking for good team players. We're looking for people that can grow, people that either have relationships already or people that can develop those. So
what kind of when you've hired people and you've had lots of teams, very successful teams, you're very well connected in our industry. Tell me about the type of person that you think of. What kind of traits do they have when you're looking for real talent? When they're on your team, what do those people possess? What kind of skill sets that are, personality traits?
Yeah, I would say top line, someone who gives it their all. I've had a lot of people over the years that thought they were the greatest in the world and didn't try very hard. They don't last long.
Yeah.
In our industry at all, actually. Those people get weeded out. You're looking for good people that try hard, give 100%, and are solutions oriented. I keep a video on my phone and I share it with people every time they throw objections up. And it's Yoda talking to Mark Hamill saying, you need to unlearn what you've learned. And Mark Hamill says, I'll try. And he goes, no, there is no try. There's either do or not do. And of course, there's things we've got to work on and watch out for, but never start with problems. Start with, okay, here's things we need to manage. Any problem is manageable. And you just have to approach with a positive attitude and find solutions. And if you're one of those people, I think you'll be successful at Liberty Ammunition or anywhere else for that matter.
Yeah. And I don't know, I might add something. I can't speak for you, but whenever I see you at a trade show, anytime we run into each other, it's always a smile. I have never met up with you that it wasn't a smile or hi, how are you? And it's just a really positive attitude. And I think that is something that you represent, I think, to other people.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that, because you know what? We are so blessed to be in this industry, to live in this country, to do the types of work we do, to work with the types of people we work with.
Yeah.
Gosh, I couldn't be happier. I truly wish I had entered this industry much earlier in my career. I
Yeah.
truly do. Hey, one other thing that's worth mentioning. I know we're going to run short on time, but for those of you looking for work, clean up your social media.
Ah, good one.
Do not, because we're going to look.
Yeah.
We're going to see what kind of person you are, and if you've got trash out there, just clean it up. That's
Yeah.
all I can tell you, and I'm sure you guide people on that a lot.
I do, but more and more we need to look at that. I think it's just really hard to go out and find a job in this day and age and not think about your social media, because that is what people are going to look at, even if they say they're not.
Absolutely, have a good, clean LinkedIn profile,
Yeah.
because that'll be one of the first places we start.
Yeah.
And frankly, if you're negative or you're putting up a lot of trash or steamy stuff that nobody needs to see,
Yeah.
it's going to be a negative, and there's other people in line for the jobs, and we'll look at them next. It's funny. You want to be positive. You want to be pro-American. Not everything that you disagree with requires your comment.
Yeah. Yeah. I heard that actually, it's funny you mentioned that, because they had, I was watching a news station, and one of the gals was just saying the way to measure what should be on your social media is if you wouldn't say that in front of your grandmother, then
Right.
don't post it. And I
Right.
thought, wow, that's really good, actually, because there's not too many things you're going to, anything inappropriate, you're not going to say in front of your grandmother or your grandfather, right?
Yeah. If you're going to disagree with someone, just say, I appreciate your opinion. However, I'm thinking about it the following way, and
Yeah.
leave it at that. You don't need to tell somebody they're an idiot or trash a product, anything like that. Just be positive. If you feel the need to speak, but fight that need.
Yep.
Just stay
That's good
positive.
advice.
Put up
Very.
posts about family activities that are fun and wholesome.
Yep. That's
Put your
very
best
good
foot forward.
advice.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you if we could leave with maybe you telling us what your favorite firearm is.
Oh, honor defense, no question.
That's what I was hoping you'd say.
Absolutely. Honor defense. I still, you know what? It's funny. We do sales meetings with distributors and other people, and I still have people say, "Hey, Gary, I still carry my honor defense. It's still the best." And
Yeah.
you know what? It really was a little bit ahead of its time, and I hope the new caretakers of it, make it even better.
I
So,
loved the red, white, and blue one that you did for a giveaway. There was a veterans giveaway or something, but that image has stuck with me.
oh, good. Yeah, we enjoyed supporting veterans organizations and doing more for those folks. Wish I could do more than we are doing now. So, but
Takes time. You're growing a team, and in 2023, you're going to grow even more. And so we'll be rooting for Liberty Ammunition.
thank you very much.
So people want to apply for jobs, they can reach out to you on LinkedIn.
Yes.
And then Liberty Ammunition. What are some of the websites or the social media platforms that you guys are working on growing? Because I know this is all kind of something that you're cleaning up and you guys are making kind of refreshed.
Yeah, it's something we need to get better at. We do fairly well with Facebook. But we
Okay.
need help. We need somebody, particularly for social media, to help us with Instagram, LinkedIn. I'll probably handle because we want to keep that, at 40,000 feet. But the Instagram, the Twitters, and that sort of thing, and collaborations with other companies, that's where we're going to need a lot of help.
Yeah, that takes a lot of time. Boy, oh boy, is that time consuming.
It is. It truly is.
Good. Well, I appreciate you being on the podcast, and I'm excited to see Liberty Ammunition grow. And of course, I will see you at SHOT Show.
Absolutely. And Shaylene, thank you very much for all you do. For the folks watching, Shaylene's the premier executive recruiter in the industry. She's got connections with just about everybody. So make sure you get on her radar.
Thanks, Gary. I appreciate it.
You bet.
We will put a link to Liberty Ammunition with this post so people know how to find you.
Fabulous. Thank you very much for that. We appreciate it. And this is being recorded pre-Christmas. So Shaylene, Merry Christmas to you and your family and everybody at the company.
Sounds good. Thank you, Gary.
Thank you very much. Talk soon.